Yeah.
Guys, I wanted to ask about Joe Marler's comment for the haka to be banned.
100%. In fact, the only time I've ever agreed with Joe Marler, I've done at least a dozen anti-haka columns over the last 40 years. I could not agree more with him. It's a nonsense. And the way they do it is a nonsense. The way it's supposedly a challenge and you can't reply. They're so precious about it. Hollywood production, all of the above. It's a nonsense.
That's the issue for me. I don't particularly want to see the thing banned. You know, I mean, I think that for an awful lot of fans, it adds to the drama, so on and so forth. But the fact that it's become so precious, so much of a protected species, you know, I mean, the idea that nobody can even, you know, creep up on the sign and put a bull's horn around them or something like that.
You can't even scratch your nose. That's misinterpreted.
The idea that you've got to honour it by standing in front of it. Go for a jog around the field like Campese used to. You know, it's let them play it out to the crowd. You know, I mean, I just don't believe that the haka should be sacrosanct. It's basically whatever the Kiwis say about it. It's got various different sort of cultural significances, but the one that they put out on the field before they play is a war dance. Full stop.
Yeah.
And they rev up on it. Everybody else is meant to genuflect. Well, to hell with that.
Yeah. So I would like to align myself not with Brendan. I would like to align myself with Nick to avoid the Kiwi knives in the comments. I think the sort of the spectator part of the haka is undeniable, and it's something that not just the locals but everyone waits for. But two, all of the most popular versions of it have been when a response has happened. England 2019, France in the World Cup, France when Sebastian Chabal was playing. You know,
Richard Cockerell back in the day with Norm Hewitt.
Willie Anderson at Lansdowne Road was very funny. I have to say that the best one I saw was in the '99 World Cup when the All Blacks played Tonga. Funnily enough, at Ashton Gate, which then wasn't a rugby ground, and they did their they were nose to nose anyway, and they did their hackers or the equivalent simultaneously, and it just ended up in the most spectacular scrap. Really,
well, the same thing happened at Rugby World Cup 2003, right?
Yeah, yes, it did. Yeah, it's good. I mean, with Marler, I mean, I don't care either way about the haka. I mean, you know me, I get rid of national anthems. Personally, I just wish they'd run on the field and get on with it. However,
that's a shit national anthem. If we had a good one, you'd back it.
For Marler to say he had to get in touch with his own narcissism, I was surprised that a bloke with hair like him would describe himself as a narcissist.
The other thing about the haka, the only time I can stomach it is at sevens tournament. And there, at the end of every sevens tournament, Kiwis go round, take the applause of the crowd, and do it in each corner. Well, that's fine. You know, that's a bit of entertainment. That's honouring their culture.
By the time they get to start.
Yeah, but we don't want it before the bloody match in the pissing rain while people have got to stand there freezing cold.
Oh, no,
the opposition.
You also have to remember that how pathetic the whole thing was before Buck Shelford turned it into something slightly more meaningful.
Actually, Paticate, wasn't it?
Because when Nick describes it as a war dance, it wasn't much of a war. It was more like a pantomime act, wasn't it? You know, right back in the day. But Shelford gave it a malevolent kind of edge, which for quite a long period of time made it genuinely dramatic. Mm. But of course, we see it so often. We've seen it so often down the years. I suppose the novelty of it has gone. Its impact, in a sense, has gone, and its impact certainly goes when the other side have to be 20 yards away.
Yeah, I think one other we didn't mention was Wales. The standoff was it 2005?
Oh,
that was. They went into the changing room for their private moment and brought the cameras down to record the private moment. I mean, nonsense.